All right. Welcome, everybody. I am R Jacob Honeybrook here on TBM Horror. I'm here with an actor, although he does a lot more than just acting. This guy's into a lot of different stuff. He's been in a plethora of movies, including his latest horror film, The Boatyard. Mike Ferguson. What's up, Mike? How you doing today?
What's up, buddy? Well, I'm coming to you live from Hollywood, California, sitting in Cobra Command, here to
Good.
talk movies.
Let's do it. So, I have to ask first, before we get into The Boatyard and all that. On your IMDb, it says you are a tattoo artist turned actor. That's quite the career change. So, how did you get into acting from being a tattoo artist?
Wow, that's okay. It's a long journey. Look, I got married, had children. I have three daughters and a wife, and you got to make a living. Now, I've been tattooing. We met each other. I'd owned businesses and things like that. And really, she was the component I was missing in my life. So I clicked her in, opened five tattoo shops around the country for decades. You know what I'm saying? And all things come to an end. I started getting, I got into the bodybuilding thing, was with Rich Kiana. He really taught me about social media and things like that. I was a diet coach for bodybuilders as well. And life is weird. You got to go, it has its twists and turns. I'd always been interested in movies. I collected every movie prop, every one of my tattoos is from a movie. Planet of the Apes, the TV show Supernatural. I have Doctor Who. So, everything's, I wanted to do something different after being known. I opened a weed farm in 2017. It's a long story, trust me, but it does have an end. I opened it, so my daughter had scoliosis, we found out. So I sold a couple of tattoo shops. I invested in a marijuana farm. There was a 19th permit issued by the state of California for legal grown marijuana. That took me away from the family, you know what I'm saying? Because here I am going to be on a 7-acre farm, two other people. We're going to do a commercial grow. So I left for a year and grew marijuana up north. I'd come back once a month. That put a little bit of strain on my relationship. Right
Sure.
before I left for marijuana land, I'd done a movie with Timothy Woodward called American Violence. And I'd done Switched at Birth. I'd done some background. My first talking line was an American Violence with Kwai Man. Kwai, I think is his name, man. And he, it was horrible. I raped a guy in the shower. The first lines out of my mouth as a new actor. That's what I did. I just made another movie with him. Just came out July 8th. But that's a whole nother story.
Quite the first impression.
So I do this movie, and I'm like, fuck, and I've got a whole year of growing weed to think about stuff.
Hmm.
So I've done movie, TV show Switched at Birth, 5 episodes. I came right in running. I got 5 SAG vouchers, first job. And I got to work on a Denise Richards, Bruce Stern movie. Even if it was the baddest bad guy, it was names at that time. So I had a year to think about this, and my relationship started to strain. So I get off this weed thing, and I go right into running with acting because of my connections I had fostered in just 6 months in the industry. I had a year to develop those, and I came back, did Silencer for Timothy Woodward with Dave Trejo, Chuck Liddell, Tito Ortiz. I did an action movie. I did Beyond the Law with Steven Seagal, DMX, Bill Cobb, DMX in last movie. So I started doing all this stuff later as my relationship started going like this. I started putting all that energy I'd put into all these people for so long into myself.
Mm.
Investing. Look, there were times that I struggled, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, look, yeah, I decided to become a full-time actor in 2019.
Man.
And and so, and then my relationship was pretty much on the outside. I moved out, things like that. But I focused everything. I was still tattooing at this time. I gave away my last tattoo shop right as COVID hit.
Okay.
I was like, bro, it's yours. I was like, it's yours. Up in Bakersfield, great partner of mine. So now it was, what am I going to do with my life? Am I going to go back to tattooing? Am I going to go do all these things? I make $300 an hour. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's a
good
day
money.
rate on an Indian film. Yeah. But I realized that I had to be 100% involved in this. So I just dropped all my protective blanket. And I had done a pilot prior to COVID. And I slapped somebody in the pot. I had 5 1-hour episodes. We did 3 and then COVID hit. I was shooting Western too as COVID hit. Like my career was taking off as COVID hit. Like I went to an Oscar party where there were Shaolin monks, fashion show with 69 Eyes playing. Like it was some different shit. But I did this pilot and COVID hit and it went viral. I slapped this guy. It's on my Instagram. It's at like 20 million views right now. He was my roommate. He ended up being my roommate. I lived with him for a year and we made like 6 movies. And I'll tell you what, COVID was the reason. You know what I'm saying? Like I honestly think I focused entirely on acting, and I traveled the whole world while COVID was going on. I went to Thailand, shot Flood. It was an acceleration. 2019, I did a TV show in Armenia called Death Squad, a zombie soap opera, 13 1-hour episodes. And they repackaged it and relicensed it over the past 3 or 4 years. God bless them, help me. And I had 5 1-hour episodes under my belt, the CW license. Yeah, 13 total, but I was in 5, and they named an episode out. So it was genre that I appreciated. So here I am, COVID hits, I get rid of everything in my life, got rid of the house I owned. I was living in a 2-bedroom bungalow, $2,200 a month, 600 square feet.
Mm-hmm.
Why? You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to focus on this one thing. Eric, the guy I slapped in the video, he was a DP, sort of, DCLR. We shot 32 minutes of a 65-minute runtime of a movie called The Bowl of Rex. A little, no budget COVID movie where everybody shot their own things. We shot 32 minutes of that. They got a Japan-only release. It's actually done well. We put our heart and souls into it. At the time, I was not a good actor. But that time, that's all happening. Then I get a call from, I put in for a movie called The Last Deal.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan Slamey. And that was related to the weed industry, the legalization, which was true to my heart because that's what I was doing. And then that was the biggest movie I'd done at that time. So that gives you how I transitioned from being a tattoo artist to being an actor. Was I went 100% focused.
Right. And that's got to be scary a little bit, making that leap from having these different businesses and just getting rid of all of that and saying, this is what I want to do and I'm going to put everything into it. I mean, did you have any doubt or did you just know, like, I'm going to do this?
Oh my God, bro. I had so much doubt. I broke a bridge. I broke a bridge. That was $6,000. And I'm like, fuck, what am I doing? Like I would go tattoo at my friend's shops occasionally and stuff like that. But the more I took away from acting, the more it didn't give back to me. Mm-hmm. If you go 1,000% of something, healthy mind, healthy body, emotionally strong, physically strong, you can do anything. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I wavered a lot, man. People would encourage me. Ben Dang, Phil Goldfein's partner, Ben's produced thousands of movies. Mm-hmm. And he was the one that produced Amityville Uprising. They put me on the poster on Lionsgate. In 22, my whole life started to change. You know what I'm saying? Is literally, that's where I was getting on movie posters for Lionsgate, all the indie films I did. I had 22, 23 movies released that year.
Wow.
I have almost the same. This year I've had 10, 15, maybe somewhere in that, or that's the release schedule. But that's the whole thing. It's not one movie that's going to do it for people. It's got to be 100 movies now. The cycle is fast. Yeah. And Rich Piana taught me about Instagram and social media. Now these kids I've been working for on YouTube. I started with Topper Gill. He had 2.5 million subscribers. I think he has 74 million.
Oh man.
I just helped kidnap Mr. Beast, the real Mr. Beast, on his channel. The video just dropped 2 million views in one day.
Wow. So
33 minutes.
Those are some wild numbers, man. So
they're measurable. They're measurable, and that's the thing that changes everything now. WWE gets 1 million views first day. It takes them 8 days to get 2.7, and that's $1 million work.
Yeah.
What I'm doing is I'm working on films from 2 million to down to 10,000, and more people are watching.
Yeah. Yeah, I think now more than ever, it's just about getting yourself out there in as many ways as you can, just getting your name and your face, in front of people.
The studios can't make stars anymore. The whole thing is they recognize brands. Is it when Meg Thee Stallion is pitching Amazon Prime Day on kids' YouTube? That's what I mean, is that the whole world, that's a recognized brand. Here's a woman that's recognized for something weird, but here they're PGing it up for the consumer. And here's the thing, man, is that you can be the greatest artist in the world and being something that's yesterday. Everything is evolving. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the industry, you have to move like David Bowie. David Bowie is timeless, bro. Freddie Mercury, you got to move through shit at your thing and keep true to yourself. And if that's real, and you get yourself in front of enough people, then you're going to hit. I mean, there's no way not to.
Yeah.
And just be a good and honest person.
Solid advice. So, we are on TBM Horror. You just put out a horror movie released earlier this month. I just watched it, called The Boatyard. Want to talk a little bit about that?
Look, man, that movie, I'll tell you how I got cast in it.
Okay.
I was flying out to Fresno to do this movie called Bloodline, and there's a crazy story associated with that. I'd love to come back and tell you about it. It's the crazy.
Sure.
A woman got shot in real life over this movie, but that's a long story.
What?
I'm flying out there, and somebody pitches me to this director for this movie. He's like, I got this movie called Boatyard. He's like, would you read for it? And I'm like, yeah, bro, but I'm flying out. So I get there, do my first day on set, and then I don't do lunch. They help me. All the grips and stuff helped me film the audition for that during lunch. Sent that in. As soon as I sent it, they hired me.
Wow.
And I was very excited. Dale said there was a lot of room to grow this character, even expand. You know what I'm saying? And that's the director. I was so thankful for that. And the writer, director, and creator, RG, fantastic. He gave me room to breathe. And I got good stories about that later. I'll tell you about.
Sure.
I'm talking to you instead of talking to them. They told me as soon as I got back to LA, hit us up. But so I'm sorry, I got a little bit off base because it's what I do. But yeah, dude, here's the thing: is the Boatyard's one of those movies that's a throwback. That I got to put in my stank of the Devil's Rejects. Look, the final girl from fucking The Hills Have Eyes is my mom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Look, Bonnie Aarons has been my mom in another movie. Andrew Divock was my dad in that movie. Now I've got the final chick from fucking The Hills Have Eyes is my mom. So I mean, look, we got to throw our own thing to this. The directors got to gave us a lot of room to breathe. But yeah, I've talked too long. Hit me with another question.
Oh, okay. So the Boatyard follows 5 college students. They're partying all day on a boat. They get stuck, and then a stranger helps them. You are that stranger. I believe his name is Barry. What more can you tell us about that character? Because he comes off like such a nice, helpful guy, and then there's a totally different side to him that's very vicious.
Well, look, man. I mean, look. And I'll be honest with you, this is my homage to Bill Moseley and Sid Haig.
Nice.
That's all Barry is. Look, these kids don't know about that now. And look, I spent my younger years going to the cons and getting their autographs and doing all that stuff. And straight up, Bill Moseley, one of my favorite actors. Devil's Rejects was the inspiration for Barry. And I mean, look, it's a spider to the fly. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to lure him in. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. Is that, dude? We shot that in Marina del Rey. I was really driving that boat. And dude, it was challenging. You know what I'm saying? We had to wait, and we're past the break walls. Look, I don't drive boats.
I was going to ask, have you driven a boat before?
No. And I'm in ocean water, and No, but that's what Mike Ferguson does. Here's the thing: is you tell him to do something good. We did a whole nother gag, but we didn't have the cameras to catch it. I think we lost a drone. It's an experience, man. Here's the thing: it's filmmaking's always a Rubik's cube, and which I love because there's always going to be problems, and you have to all work together as a team through that. Every department, no matter how big or how small, there's no job too small for me. I'll grab a C-stand, walk around. Not on that boat. There wasn't a lot I was going to do on that boat. It was like 5 in the morning, 4:30 in the morning. It was gnarly, dude.
Man.
But yeah, the thing is I'm learning.
What was that?
Sorry, that was RG. Literally the writer and producer of the Boatyard.
Yeah.
Just had me tell these pub this PR company to call them. See, the producers and directors come to me for PR, which is funny.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mar. They want Mar to call. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
But
Give
that
him a
was my
call,
whole
Mark.
thing. Yeah. Look, Bill Moseley. Look, he's really good at the spider and the fly thing. You know what I'm saying? Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, Sid Haig, Spider Baby, all the way back. You know, Hills Have Eyes. Look, we've got so many of these things were inspiration for these characters. I mean, that's really, if you want to know, that's Barry. Is those people mashed together in one ball of frenetic energy.
Okay. Good inspirations. So, what's it like to play a character like Barry? You know, just these darker killers. I mean, how do you feel playing those guys? It's got to be kind of cool, right?
I'll tell you, it's a roller coaster. Because look, I pull from real life stuff to get me there. You know what I'm saying? I have I've got my own process I do, based a little bit around Miser and a couple of other things. But so it's fun, but it's intense for a lot of other people because there's a switch I'll turn. I was just doing a movie the other day. I know the lead actress so well. We're about to do a stunt scene and I've changed, and it's a switch, and it really, she's like, holy shit. And that's hard. If you don't have a trailer, it's hard for people to be around. You know what I mean? And so yeah, it's fun because I'm destroying. I get to do everything you ever wanted to say or do. I'll usually clear it, but there's improv in this movie. We did reshoots, which they let me take over completely because we couldn't show blood at one of the locations. Couldn't use blood at all. So I was like, look, let's do reshoots. I gave my ideas. I dressed the set. Hey, yeah, they had the special effects. I've got BTS, all of that. And I'm up here on that because I'm singular focused on getting this done. The writer director's doing pull-ups. I'm like, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was in it. Like, I'm trying to get this done. Everybody's in this happy mood, and I want to destroy everything. And then I turn it off. you know what I'm saying? You know?
For sure.
But it's hard. It's hard to convey the genuineness. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to convey that sometimes. But there are enough things that piss me off from the drivers on the road to whatever. I can re-itch that and use that as fuel.
Keep it in the bank, right?
And if it goes, yeah. I mean, that's what we are. We're emotional gymnasts. You know what I'm saying? We're emotional gymnasts. We're trying to make the audience believe what we're doing. Look, this is acting. It's not real. I'm not grabbing somebody and twisting them up. You know what I'm saying? I just did a stunt fight where somebody jabbed me in the finger with their eye. I stepped back, reset, and they all want to check me out. Like, let's just get the scene done. Then we can check my. No matter what, we got to get the scene. Reset, did it again. You know what I'm saying? And that's the business. Here I am supposed to be a rage beast, but I can stop, be professional, and then move back to that for them. That's the part of, you know what I'm saying? I've worked on so many projects where I'll be doing this YouTube screaming guy, and then I'll be the dad or concerned uncle. You know what I'm saying? Or the Bible thumper, or the best friend that by accident got his best friend lynched in a period piece. You know what I'm saying? where they covered all my tattoos up for 3.5 hours. But
Man.
yeah, it's fun, but it's taxing.
Sure.
And a lot of the time when I do roles that are really gross that I have to live in for a while, I'll shave my beard or cut my hair. It's my
Really?
process of shedding.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, oh yeah. If they don't get to me in reshoots in time, they're fucked.
So after you do a role, you'll like shave the beard off?
Some of them, if they're
Uh-huh.
bad, yeah, you've seen me come from like Thailand. I shaved the beard. Static codes. The director asked for that,
Hmm.
but I did Dracula. The experience was such Dracula Eternal. The experience was really bad on that set. I knew
Hmm.
they wanted reshoots. I shaved my fucking head. I was like, I fucking went and did a podcast talk about it.
Uh-huh.
It was my form of shedding. I was like, that played that character 2 movies in a row.
Hmm.
So I've got to feel like I take Mike back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look, because those characters are cool, but if you're used to telling everybody to eat shit and acting like that, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That's why I go to therapy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're emotional gymnasts. You know what I'm saying? Here's the thing: is that's the thing of taking acting seriously is that you have to make yourself safe for these
Hmm.
people. You be able to be a guy like Barry, ripping intestines out, cannibal, necrophilia, and then you got to go home and go do YouTube for kids content the next day.
It's quite the switch up.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You
I
know what I'm
got it.
saying? So how? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, whenever I was coming into this interview, I'm like, oh, this will be fun. And then when I was watching you play Barry, I'm like, oh man, this guy might be a little intimidating because just the way you can turn it up to like 11 whenever
Yeah,
he really comes at you.
yeah. And it's emotionally taxing, but it's fun. You know what I'm saying? Like because it's convenient for everyone,
Hmm.
and that's what like everybody in the room is like, holy shit. You know what I'm saying? And I want to thank Timothy Woodward for that because that was when the first movie I did was American Violence.
Hmm.
Researching Bruce Dern, a couple other Michael Perry, uh, Kai Man, who I just did Clutch with. But I raped him in this. I was there to do stunts because I was a fighter.
Hmm.
I wanted to act. I collected movies and everything. And the producer hits me up. God bless his soul. I don't forget his name right now. Henry Penzi. He was Mark Wahlberg's ex-assistant. Big guy. He was Gronk's manager. Is Gronk's manager. He's like, hey, how do you feel about rape? I'm like, what? He's like, the lead of the movie. The guys are all small and shit. You're gigantic. At the time, I was pretty big.
Hmm.
And my face was shaved. My face is all tattooed. And I call my wife and I tell her about it. She's like, it's a movie. I was like, yeah, we do it. And this guy's Meisner. He fought me for 2.5 hours. I didn't know what Meisner meant. The
Hmm.
crew, like it's only framed from here to here, so it's not full nude. You know what I'm saying? I
Gotcha.
walk into it looking like I'm taking my towel off.
Hmm.
But yeah, bro, the crew was getting uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Until this guy broke, and then he was able to act for it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
He's a smaller guy. We're in a cold water shower in Willow Street Studios in downtown Hollywood. Walk in, it everybody talked about that scene in the movie. It even ended up on a gay porn channel. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't show anything
Right.
because it's somebody sent it to me. I like, but it conveyed that. So here I
Hmm.
am. Look, I felt like I raped somebody. I go home, I drink whiskey, I don't have sex with my wife for a week, and I started acting lessons.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? A local community place, just to realize, what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this guy brought me on a journey, his journey.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then the crew there too, and Timothy, they wanted to stop. Timothy's like, no, fuck no. I like this, and point out things. He's directing.
Hmm.
He's directing the scene. But it took 2 hours to do. You know what I'm saying? It only lasts minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that was my introduction into acting, and I knew how serious it was. And so when I play a little role like Barry, there's something I can identify. Mike Markoff taught me that. He's a great actor. He's got a movie coming to theaters, Long Shadows. Done 8 or 9 movies with him.
Hmm.
You can identify with everyone and not a piece of you. Yet, no matter how bad they are, there's something you can identify and make that breathe life.
Yeah.
And with Barry, like I said, it was my kid's idea of this movie, this movie. What would fucking Mosley do? What would grab my attention as the person watching? What grabbed my attention? So I was able to throw that into Barry. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, do you have a favorite scene as Barry, or maybe a favorite kill in this movie with him?
Oh, look, I think it's God. I don't know her name offhand, and she's going to be so mad at me. The blonde, the first kill that I keep going back to.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, her dismembering scene. That was reshoots.
Really?
And yeah, we used a body double for the reshoots, but the actress was so good, dude. Literally, she's the one that's gonna. She attacks my brother, and then he chases her out, brings her back. And I told him, look, I wanted to keep that one. That kill is my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
My scene trying to turn the young man who ends up killing me, bring him to our family. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what with my family in this movie. I think that's my favorite scene. Is that anyone? We're inclusive. We don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? You can be with us. We'll take care of you. That was that whole Jim Jones. They let me write some of that.
Oh, cool.
And very Jim Jones, very, sprinkled with a lot of stuff. And that's the thing is they let me put my sauce on it. The kill and that was, I enjoyed.
Yeah. Do you usually have that kind of freedom when you do movies, or does it really depend on the director and producers, or do you find you're usually able to?
It depends on the director and producers. On the movie Flood, I'm a racist guy. I have a swastika tattooed on my forehead. I flew out to Thailand during 22 for that. And I had to have all 4 jabs or whatever the fuck it was, 3 jabs at that time. Just because I wanted to work. I don't give a fuck about anything or any reason. I got to travel the world during that shit, so you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't like my death. It was literally sucked, so I waited to talk to the director, Brandon Slagle, which I've done another movie with, called Breakout, and this was another movie with Louis Mandylor. And so I waited till after lunch, and then I asked, hey, can I talk about this? I pitched him the idea. I pitched it to the producer that I was working with on it. Slagle's like, listen, do the other way, and then if we're on set and change it, we'll do it your way. They literally did it my way, set up a whole rig for it, fucking literally because the room wasn't that deep. So that whole gag of me slapping his hand and having that moment with Randall Bacon, that was mine. I stole that from Louis Mandylor and Casper Van Dien in that movie. Saw them do that, I rewrote it. My death scene, that's the flip, is he gets a moral decision, and he's boom, instead just kicking me right out the rip, and there's no moral decision. They gave me that. So it added to Randall's character, added to more meaningful for Casper's thing. I just looked at it from all sides, talked to the appropriate people, and they let me rewrite it, and they shot it. Nice. So no, not all the time. Not all the time. I got a movie called The Last Hit. Last Hit. I was a producer on that with Mitch Parks and Oksana. I didn't like the teaser. I think it misused the 2 popular people and we're the leads. And it muddied it up. So I was like, yeah, guys, I'm not promoting that. Peace. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm a producer on that. You know what I'm saying? Is that, nobody's going to take care of you to hear it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I've just done 7, 8 movies with this team. And they here's the unfortunate thing with art. It's people with money.
Yeah.
People with money want their own things that even though they haven't done this for 2 years, whatever, they can ruin projects, and they most of the time do. Yeah, and I've been watching it over the years, and I thought I insulated myself. I did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's one of the things about Hollywood people nobody tells you about. But silver lining is I got a lot of work.
Yeah.
And I got, if you want to tell you here, exclusive, we are making Boatyard 2. The person that was texting me during this conversation wants me to call him because I'm a producer on that and I am writing.
Nice.
Yeah. So
That's cool.
So yeah, that's when I was shooting this last movie. Came out. Mark hit me up if I wanted to be featured. I sent that to the producer and director, the feature, and they're like, all right, listen, this is what's up, blah, 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 blah. I was like, look, I'm shooting this movie 2 weeks. And I was like, as soon as you get back, hit us up. I'm talking to you first here on TBM Horror.
Look at that. We have the
Boatyard
breaking
2
news.
is happening. Yeah, Boatyard 2 is happening. It's going to follow us, the family, on the run from the cops, causing a little bit more mayhem.
Very, very Devil's Rejects, right? Like after House of a Thousand Corpses, how they went on their run.
God bless. Yeah. Because why not? You know what I'm saying? Because why not? I love Rob Zombie's death. That was 20 years ago. And sit there. Yeah, it was 20 years ago. I love him to death. This is my homage to every one of the Devil's Rejects, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Look, it's my hat tip. Quentin Tarantino, every one of his movies, stolen scenes, I see. It's art. This is seriously my homage, and I'm telling it to y'all first. Because literally, I'm with loving care. I'm taking these characters that helped groom me as a child and as an actor and showing y'all what's up. And it helps them 230 pounds of jokes.
Never heard it all, right?
Yeah.
So, I'll ask you one more thing about the Boatyard, and that's cool that you said about the sequel, because I was actually going to ask if there was anything further in the planning for these characters. So that's cool to hear. But
oh yeah,
one last thing on the Boatyard. What would you want people to take away from that movie after seeing it? Just have a good time, or something that
it's a fun movie. Have a good time, but it's not rocket science. I'm not reinventing the wheel. You got your college kids that get picked off one by one that you don't like or do like or whatever. It's not. We're not doing anything new. Have fun with it. If you hate it, make fun of it. Share it with a friend and talk about how shitty you think it is. Or not. Here's the thing. I'm having fun, and I'm letting y'all know. And for some reason, people like me, so I hope they gravitate towards this movie and see a different side of me. It is because everything I do, I put 100% of myself in, and that's no lie. And there's no loss of energy in Barry, and I'm sure you can attest to that in this movie.
Sure.
The whole thing in talking with RG and Dale is that they wanted to have something they could build something off of, and that's what we wanted to do. Whether you like it or not, indie horror is the main staple of everything, and it has been for a very long time. And we're here to show the studios, we really are, that ROIs are a hell of a lot better than yours.
So, on top of Boatyard, we were talking a little bit before. You have so much going on. You said what? Almost 10 movies released this month. You're doing stuff on YouTube. You're doing some things for music. You want to tell us about some of this that you have going on?
Yeah, so every week, every Saturday, I have a video come out on the larger influencers channel. I work for Topper Guild, Stokes Twins, Ben Hazelart, Brent Rivera, Zong, Niche LMAO. I work for all of these guys. So Saturday morning cartoons come out. Every Saturday, I'm on these channels. Yeah, and some of these videos get 185 million views at 26 minutes long. That's bigger than the Super Bowl. When I go to public places, children recognize me. I get mobbed. Literally, I was on Hollywood Boulevard. If you look at my Instagram, that's a real. Hundreds of kids follow me screaming, knowing who I am. You know what I'm saying? We went to it's crazy. Even when I don't have the bounty hunter shit on, I was shirtless in Vegas and spent 45 minutes taking photos with children. I'm covered in tattoos. You know what I'm saying? So this is changing. I have a demographic, but it's different because I have movies too. Look, I just did Apple TV show. I did a great co-star on that. Worked with all Emmy Award winners. That's coming out soon. I just did a lead on American Gangster Trap Queens for BET. I've got. I was just on Jimmy Kimmel. I mean, look, it's endless. I have 85,000 people on TikTok because that's where I went viral in 2020, which made the bounty hunter.
Mm.
which now is every week I'm on kids' YouTube. Video came out yesterday. I kidnapped Mr. Beast. It's almost at 2 million views in 2 days. Yeah, and it hasn't hit 2 days yet. So that's where I'm at. Is like literally is I'm a G-rated work. I'm not here. I'm here because I love the industry. Look, I told you prior to this, I gave up everything. I was a tattoo artist for 30 years. I gave away financial stability. I gave away everything because the love of filmmaking and content creating. Let's be honest, it is the places I used to run when I was a little kid to help me feel safe. I'm doing that now. Those movies. I'm Jack Snake Plissken. I'm every Kurt Russell movie. I'm every Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. I'm doing that stuff in real life.
Yeah.
And I hope that there's some kid out there that was scared and that he can fall into the fantasy world of all of that and have Dead by Dawn tattooed on his hand from Evil Dead. Have you know what I'm saying?
Hell
A
yeah.
big, you know what I'm saying? Frankenstein, Boris Karloff.
Oh yeah. Nice.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? All of my tattoos have meaning. My life has meaning. The martial arts I took for 5 years so that the kids could learn Krav Maga. My wife became an instructor. That added to my movie stuff. It all had a reason. You know what I'm saying? Everything. I think. Why did I lift weights for all these years? Oh, for movies. Why did I do this? You know, the tattoos. Look, man. If I had to do over again, I wouldn't have got them because it takes 3 or 4 hours to cover them up.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So it makes. Oh, my dad.
Right.
My dad's blown, man. He's 80 years old. God bless you, Dad. I love you. Like, I don't need to be texted every 10 minutes. But dude, look, look, I'm living my best life. This is, and I hope that the viewers get lost in what I'm doing because that's what helped me during bad times. That's what helped me during good times. Was movies and television. Was identifying with characters and fantasizing. That was my life. Supernatural. I watched 15 seasons of that. I just worked with Jensen Ackles. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So yeah, my idols. Yeah, Terrence Howard. I did a movie. Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like just a tattoo artist who started this 9 years ago, 10 years ago. You know what I mean?
Right.
And now I make to have a decent living. Where, bro, it was sink or swim time for a little bit. When you start having dental bills and things like that, you're like, why did I give up financial stability to be a bohemian artist?
Right.
Friends got me through that, you know. And God bless everything else and the people that my support group, you know. Friends are important.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They really are. Friends are important. Look, anybody getting to acting, make sure you got a good therapist.
So,
go ahead. Oh, so we were talking about some more stuff I got coming. Jesus.
oh yes.
I got a
Yes.
vampire movie. I don't know if anybody said it's a vampire movie. I've got a movie coming out with Dermot Mulroney, Justin Long, Flying Lotus, Freddie Gibbs, the rapper YG, just name after name after name. Vampire movie. That's coming to theaters at 26. What's that? Texas Fantastic Fest? Is that in Austin?
Oh, is it South by Southwest?
No, whatever's in September. It's premiering there.
Okay.
So it is. I think it's Fantastic Fest at South by Southwest.
Cool.
So that's going to premiere on the 22nd, along with was BHS, the new one. So they've got that. They got 2 movies there. So you know it's always good press. I was 11 days on that 16-day shoot.
Nice.
Yeah, and that one I get to wear all the bounty hunter shit, so kids will recognize me. We were shooting that. Kids waited. We were in these lower income housing. Kids waited 2 days to take photos with me.
2 days?
Yeah, bro. They finally got there's pictures of my Instagram on it. I signed their shoes. I signed their iPhones. They didn't want pictures with CM Punk. They didn't want pictures with anybody else. Literally, the producers, when I'm leaving for the night, getting signed out from SAG, they're watching all the YouTube videos. They're like, nobody knew about this. I was like, sick.
Yeah.
When I was doing that movie, I was doing nights on that movie, then shooting YouTube during the day. There was a couple days where I did 48 hours long, bro. Like that team no sleep. I'd sit in my trailer, get half an hour.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? But that's it. I shot another movie, so I just shot a movie with Charlotte Kirk.
Hmm.
It's Don't Forget About Me Tomorrow,
Okay.
and it's based off a New York Times bestseller. It is a love story, white trash love story, and it's shot in
Very
beautiful New
romantic.
Mexico. Yeah, and I'm a bad guy in it, and I'm very lucky to work it. It's a great movie, great actors, great locations. You couldn't find anywhere in the world except New Mexico.
Hmm.
I was very blessed to just do that. That I have another movie that I shot with her back in October of last year, shot in Tijuana, Mexico.
Nice.
I left straight from night patrol at 3:30 in the morning. Had my buddy who's a Lyft driver drive me straight to Mexico. I got 1 hour sleep and had 13 pages of dialogue with Charlotte in the red light district of TJ.
Oh my gosh.
But oh shit, I just spilled
Oh no.
a monster. That's yeah. The leather couch, it's nice. But I mean that's part of sacrificing for this business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Is nobody's gonna do this for you. You know, the
Hmm.
pay varies. Now I'm able to pick choices. I'm able to, yeah, I really want to do that. I just talking to somebody about a faith-based movie. You know what I'm saying? Now, look, here's the thing. Whatever you want to believe in, it doesn't matter to me. I just want to make myself open to every audience.
For sure.
So I can play roles like Barry and then flip on a turn and do kids content on YouTube.
Hmm.
That's real. First movie I did, I'm raping a dude. How did that guy go from 9 years ago doing that, now doing children's content for the past 5 years?
It's
In
versatility.
mass. Well, I mean, it's just being adaptable. I mean, that's really what you have to do as the actor these days. Is your job is to make yourself noticed, respectfully. Make sure that your work is a 360-degree work, not have a bunch of skeletons that'll ruin you
Hmm.
right from the rip.
For sure.
You know, I can't tell you how many times, look, as a grown ass man, and I get recognized a lot. Men and women hit on me all the time. It's not my gag. I'm not doing this for fame. I'm trying to make art and something that lasts beyond myself.
Yeah.
That is the only thing that I main focus on. Then family. Let's be
Hmm.
honest. You know, and I mean that's. I'm 53 years old, very career driven now. I was very family
Hmm.
driven, still am, love to death. But my life is I want to make something that lasts beyond and that people can identify with. Broad based.
Yeah. And I think that's probably why you're able to do crazy stuff like work 48 hours in a row, is because you're doing something that you're passionate about and throwing your entire soul into it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, here's the thing: is that as much as you put into something, you get back from. Look, when starting this, you know, when 5 years ago, I paid off everything. I had no savings left.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I had no debt.
Hmm.
I had no debt. Nobody had debt. So going into this, it was very freeing and it was a learning experience for myself. And you don't have to be so drastic. But I was able to singular focus for a very long time on one thing without distraction. And that way you can achieve anything. But you always got to ask yourself, what's your why? Why are you doing
Mm. Absolutely.
it? You know what I'm saying? And look, at the end of the day, I want to be remembered. I want to be at the con signing a picture for a kid, and I have started doing some of them because like Sid Haig did for me, like Bill Moseley did for me, like Rob Zombie did for me, like just Danzig did for me. Now I hang out with him. Wears belt buckle and everything. Speaking of that, Dwayne Hellion, their Integrity's going on tour. I don't know if you're into hardcore, but Integrity's one of my favorite
Hmm.
bands. Judge, Integrity, all that. I come from the hardcore scene, so everybody was kind of like morally, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. So we had morals. They were much different than everybody else's. So I mean, that's just kept with me my whole life. Judge,
Mm.
I'm a straight edge till I was 21.
Oh,
I had a
nice.
straight edge record label. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. I got straight edge tattoos on. You know what I'm saying? I'm not straight edge now, but I'm
Right.
a grown ass adult
Hmm.
making grown ass adult decisions that don't harm anybody. And I think that's really the most important thing is my why and how I get there.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
absolutely. So, I could keep you here all day because you are a fascinating man, and I could ask you endless questions. But
Yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, I want to apologize on that.
oh no, no, not at all. We'll bring it to a close here, and I just think that you have a really inspirational story as far as pretty much having your life set. You know, business owner, multiple locations, and just saying, "Hey, I want to try something else. So let me get rid of all that and try this thing
Yeah.
out." I mean, anybody who wants to do something like that, whether it be acting, writing, music, what advice would you give them, coming from your experience?
Look, man, here's the thing. It's just, it's not your perception of what it is. It's what's, you gotta let go of those things and what you think things are. It changes daily. I'll go from a $10 million movie to a $10,000 movie. I'm lifting C stands on that $10,000 movie, or I'm lifting C stands on that $10 million movie. Lower what you think is real and believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. Don't be insecure. Believe in yourself more than anything else in the world. And you got to gas yourself up before you can gas anybody else up. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to believe you if you're not believing yourself.
Amen to that.
And be true to yourself. Got to be honest and true to yourself and make sure you don't screw people over. It's not good in this business. Any business. Have morals. That's it.
There you go. Wise words. All right, Mike, where can people find you, follow your work? You want to give us your plugs on your socials and everything?
Yeah. Mike Ferguson 71 on Instagram. Mike.Ferguson on TikTok. Mike Ferguson Bounty Hunter on YouTube. But look, guys, you can just Google my name. There's a politician in me, and I've done a hell of a lot more than a politician. Yeah.
Right on. Well, Mike, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today, man. I really appreciate it. It was great talking with you.
I appreciate you taking time out and talk with me, and I'm sorry I talked so long.
That's why we're here,
But
man.
hey, man, I want to. Hey, I'll look you up today and check out your books. But yeah. Some people, well, that nobody owes me shit, but yeah, I'm always looking to try to adapt stuff.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, definitely. Sounds good.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
All right, thank you.